Happy Sunday. I hope everyone's day is going really relaxing or just you're enjoying it, whatever that is. So, today on Birth of a Doula, we are going to talk about a healthy birth and what exactly I think the components are for that. So, first things first, your rights and needs are respected. As a mother during a very vulnerable situation where you don't know what's going to happen, it's like you're locking in to that roller coaster, and as soon as you hear that clink clink, aka your water breaking or the doctor, you get to the hospital, whatever, you're going. And then it's going to end, but you want to make sure that you're safe. You got your seatbelt, whatever that means to you. That means a birth plan, knowing what the procedure is going to be, knowing who's around you, all of those things to ensure that your rights and needs are respected. Informed consent. That means the doctor say, hey, we want to do this to you, sign this paper to give us permission to perform whatever this is. Know that. Because sometimes what the doctor wants to do, you don't agree with it, and that's perfectly okay. But again, you want to know what's going on before whatever they want to do occurs, because you want your rights to be respected and your needs to be respected. So next, informed decision making. So the doctor will tell you, hey, your water is not breaking and we want to go in there and rupture your membranes. So instead of just saying yes and signing the informed consent paperwork, you want to know what your options are, which is informed decision making. So having all of the different options, not just doing what the doctor is saying. Because sometimes we feel like we're back up against the wall and you need to just do whatever they're saying because they're the person of authority at the time. That's a myth. That's not true. You want to, again, know all of your options. Can we do something else? Is there movements I can do? Is there other things I can do? Can I just push the baby out in the sack and you pop the sack when the baby comes out? That is an option. So knowing all of your information to make a decision, very vital. Feeling safe. You ever feel like, I don't feel comfortable with what's going on here? For instance, in nursing school, I was in a surgery, and this doctor, white doctor, he had on black scrubs. Now, why he had on black scrubs, that still remains a mystery. I have never seen so much dandruff on a person, let alone a doctor who is over an open body. I looked around, I said, is this normal? Not okay. If that person was awake, they'll probably say, time out, time out. I want somebody else because I don't feel safe. I don't know what is on your shirt. I don't know if that's dust. I don't know if that's dry skin. I don't know what that is. I don't feel safe with that, so I don't want that. You need to feel safe. People aren't washing their hands. Again, infection. You need to feel safe. That's not a thing. If you don't feel safe, we need to take some steps in order to get you to feel safe and secure with whatever's going around you. Because again, you're going to be delivering a baby, birthing a baby. So you'll be a little bit distracted. And you want to make sure, for the most part, your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. Feel in control. Some women, so it's so funny, I'm all about birth plans, but births don't really happen in the way you intend for them to happen. They just happen. But sometimes there are more births that tend to follow what the birth plan is, and at the end, when you debrief with the mother as the doula or even as a friend, you can hear, hey, yeah, everything I felt went well. I was respected. I felt in control. Everyone was respecting my needs. It's a very important component of having a healthy birth memory and a healthy birth scenario, because it's nothing like going through something and not feeling somewhat control, or your words not being respected, or you just not being heard. It's not fun. You like the medical personnel in the room, or at least you can tolerate whoever's in the room. Sometimes you have people that are in the room who, again, disregard whatever you're saying. They just focus on me, do what I'm telling you to do because I am the doctor, I am the nurse, I am the midwife, I am the whoever comes in. You need to feel respected. You need to feel like you like the people and they're going to respect what you have going on, and they're not going to disrespect you or pull you. For instance, my lactation consultant that I have in Shreveport, Louisiana, she didn't want to be bothered with me, and I felt that. So my breastfeeding experience only lasted a month because I didn't like how she was talking to me. She kind of was really demeaning and really rushing, and she was like slamming my daughter on my boob, and I wasn't feeling it. If I could get another one, I would have in that moment, but I felt very powerful. I felt just like, well, I guess this is it for me then. So, liking the personnel, very important, or at least your staff is important. An evidence-based birth. You don't want to go into any scenarios where whoever is helping you deliver or just being in your presence in the room during your birth is just doing things off the cuff. Hey, why are we doing this? Just flew off the dome. No, we want to make sure that we're following procedure and evidence-based practices and techniques because this is supported. I'm not the only one that's gone through this. There's less likely of trauma to happen if it is evidence-based, or there's just more support and more ways to figure out, hey, this could happen and we have this plan for this action. We don't just want to throw you in there with the lions and figure it out, No, we're not going to do that. Education. I really recommend all expecting mothers, families, grandparents, parents to take a childbirth education class. Mine will be coming soon, so stay tuned. It teaches you things that you may not realize go on during a pregnancy or even during childbirth and postpartum. I have learned a lot while being a mother. I did not take one. I wish I would have, but it was a very difficult time for me. But I really encourage other families to take them so you know what your options are. You don't have to deliver in a hospital. You don't have to deliver at home. You don't have to deliver in a birthing center. You can pick which one depending on what your options are, what your resources are. That's important to know because you want to, again, your birth experience is something that sticks to you until you don't remember anymore. Even, you tell your family, you tell your kids, it just happens, and you want it to be a very beautiful and pleasurable, if possible, experience. Because again, you're going to remember it. You don't want to remember people pulling and tugging and ripping you. That just does not sound very pleasant. That sounds very painful, and that can definitely cause trauma. And we don't want to have a trauma-induced birth. Not at all. Or a trauma-produced birth. Last thing is a code word. So for all my mothers out there that go natural and have a birthing plan or a birthing partner, a doula, or just, you're in a room with someone who knows, who is licensed, who has experience on helping with childbirth. You want to have a code word if you plan on going natural, because sometimes you reach a point where it's like you really cannot do this anymore, and we don't want to feel like you're being forced that, hey, you have to stick this out, and then you just push it out and you're miserable and it ends up being a really trauma-inducing experience or trauma-produced experience because your rights weren't respected. Come up with a code word. So my client's code was blue, even though we didn't say code blue because then we didn't want to alarm anyone else. So maybe not a color, maybe a food, maybe like a word that you and your partner just don't like spiders. That be your code word, and then your partner will tell the doctor, or your doula will tell the doctor, hey, now it's time to need an epidural because they really can't tolerate the pain anymore. Code words are important. So that's all I got for you guys today. So we went over what a healthy birth is by respecting your rights and your needs. Informed consent, informed decision making, feeling safe, feeling in control. You are fond of the medical personnel in the room with you during your birthing time. It is an evidence-based birth, so everything is supported by past experiences or past, again, evidence and science, education, and a code word. So that is it. And every time I'm on here, I try to wear a shirt by a Black-owned company. And this is one of my best friends. His is called Speaking in Tongues. I'll put the tag in here because he comes up with a lot of amazing material. So that is it. I hope you all have a marvelous Sunday, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.